Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Super Bowl Sunday night, but we're not here for football. We're here for something a lot more exciting. That is the markets. That's right. Gonna see what happens with gold and silver tonight. Should be pretty interesting. They're going to be raising some margins on the trades that are happening. Of course, that I think will take effect tomorrow, but we'll see how that plays out. And we're going to get right into some comments. We do that in between here while we watch the markets, and it'll be about 3 minutes before they actually propagate over on Kitco's site. So we're going to have a little time here to answer some comments. And about the billionaire who cornered the market the other way, bet against silver big time. Sound Mind says, did he act independently, or were there Western banksters using him as a proxy to crash silver again? There's war against silver, obviously, because rising silver is a bank killer, the silver bullet that kills the beast. Well, that's a different theory. I've heard the opposite. I've heard that the Chinese set them up for trying to kill the Western markets, but who knows? It's a tough call, and we can speculate, but it's understandable to raise questions about it. It's just amazing that he was able to even get away with it in the first place, but apparently they froze it out, so we'll see here. All right. And Silver Scientist Sal, I sold 50 ounces at 103, so he timed that very well. Yes, he did. That's pretty cool. Then bought those ounces back to yesterday at $67.89. Best part is I sold generic rounds and bars at 103, bought kookaburras. What a trade. You sure did well. Being able to time those trades is pretty amazing. If you can do that, if you can sell off and buy at a lower price, that's wonderful. There is some risk involved in that. The risk paid off big time for Silver Scientist. Way to go. And good to see all of you guys here. Welcome. Good crowd with us here tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. It's going to be a relatively busy night, so I do apologize if I can't say hello to each and every one of you individually. But just know that I very much appreciate you guys being here as we navigate these markets. I know you have choices of other places you can be tonight, so it means a lot to me that you're here. And let's get moving in with a few more. We got about 2 minutes for them to show up at Kitco, so just bear with me. Going to watch these markets open right at the outset. We've got Sir Law. Watch for the next dip and buy it when it's really cheap. I think it's getting easier to predict, possibly. Imagine if we bought it at $64 this time. Right now, it's still $5 cheaper than when I bought at the last dip. I may buy online and get it immediately. Yes, I tell you what, it's tough. Where the dip is, no one really knows where it's going to go. All we can do is kind of speculate. And people like Silver Scientist, it pays off for him for both buying and selling, or selling and then buying. Crossbows Mania, wait for the war with Iran this future weeks, and silver will get to $200 soon. Well, yes, some speculate that could happen. It goes back and forth between one scenario or another, but we'll see how this plays out. All right. Let's do one more, then we'll take a look at the markets as they open up. We've got this Not One AU says here. I think all the people that have YouTube channels and make bullion videos need to get together and come up with better BS lies for the next time a crash is manipulated. Trump appointed a guy as Fed chief in May. A FOMO buyers, FOMO selling, and some random Chinese billionaire is obvious BS. Brainstorm because they have done it before and will happen again. Well, we just don't know. The Chinese billionaire made news from mainstream financial outlets. So I don't know. Just say with it what you will. We just don't know exactly. But anyways, all right, let's get over here and see what's happening with the markets. Look at this, folks. Right out of the gate, silver is up $1.05 right now. It's at $79, up $1.05, 1.35% out of the gate. Gold is basically flat, down a dime here. Look at that, amazing. Platinum and palladium are also up over 1% right out of the gate. Now, before we get too excited about this happens from time to time in the market open, where we see the prices snap wildly at the very, very beginning, because of all the high-frequency trades or timed buys or sells at the time when the market's open. But this will either calm down or we'll see a momentum continue here. We shall see. I don't know. But yes, we'll find out what happens. But here we go. Right out of the open, silver is up to $79 in the bid price, or in the ask price. It's a quarter below that in the bid. as I slurp my coffee here, but silver's doing okay. I do think it's going to have some fight uh, until it gets up to $100 again, but we could see that happen. Right now, it's now up $1.33. So that trend is continuing here. It is up here as we watch these markets move here in real time. Let's take a look and see if we can see it on. Usually this is a little delayed here, but we're seeing essentially a gap up of $1. We're seeing a gap up of $1 here. Now it's back to up $1.05 here. So look at that. Bluetooth. Thank you, Bluetooth, here for the first super chat of the night. Thank you so much, sir. He's having baby back ribs and chicken with fixins tonight. Wouldn't miss this for the world. Well, thank you, Bluetooth. I really appreciate that, my friend. It means a lot to me that you're here. Yes, indeed, on the Super Bowl evening, watching these markets open. So thank you so much for that. As we press on here, look at this. These metals are up right now. The big winner of the night is platinum. Right now it's up. Well, I'd say that too soon. Now silver is outperforming platinum slightly here. But platinum's up $31 to $2,140 per ounce. And silver is now up $1.26 to $79.21. We did see a gap up, a Super Bowl gap up here. And, crab and shrimp sounds good. Nice. Just an angry American. That sounds really good. So, yeah, look at that. And gold is now in positive territory again here. Yes, indeed. Oh, wow, very good. Oh, man, well, thank you. Very nice of you, Michael Align. Check out Michael Align. He's having a giveaway to help somebody on his channel there, disabled sub of his. Thank you, Michael Align. And Michael K has just sent 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Michael K. Appreciate that so much. As we watch these markets move in real time, 79.22, silver gapping up here at the open here on this Super Bowl Sunday, like a field goal kicked right through. Yes, indeed, there it is. It's scoring, very, very good. And watching these numbers here, everything is in the green. Gold is also moved up $20.50. It did not gap up, but anyways, but yes, indeed. All right. Very good. There it is. Let's get back to some of the comments. It's an exciting night here. Silver moving up even higher very quickly. As we see silver now up $1.40. 1.8% climb. The winner of all the metals here today. Outpacing palladium as well. Very good. All right. And so we'll see that. Silver up $1.40. Palladium up $29. So there it is. All right, very, very good. And so let's get over here to see Andrew says, I think $76 was around the price right before the push over $100. It's showing a lot of support, in my opinion, to do it again in short order. Well, so far, that's bearing out to be the case here tonight for sure. So we'll see here. Very good. All right, thank you, Hakalugi. We're here. We're going to be here for a while. Bicentennial Baby says, it's nice to get silver at a lower price, but the premiums definitely have gone up. Yes, indeed, because there's a great demand. We're seeing a shift in demand for sure. It's playing itself out. The baseball was cool. I really liked the football. This couldn't have been easy to make. That's true. Yep. Don't break that capsule. Wish you'd find another. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's right. Where would you find another? I will say that they are hollow inside to keep that shape, but it is cool for sure. And very good. And let's see here. The Silver Sphincter says here, and then we'll get right back to the markets. We're going to be revisiting those very frequently here. The story I saw was about one billionaire account, upwards of like 6, trying to manipulate the Shanghai exchange and got caught, removed from the trading system and reported to authorities, not just one. Interesting. I've not heard that. I've not heard that was 6, but maybe, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And there was a conglomeration or some sort of effort there between several of them. As we watch the metals markets move tonight, gold and silver rising here. Yes, indeed. Gold is up $20.60. It's up not as much, 0.41%. Obviously, it's much less than silver rising here tonight. Silver up $1.68, now over 2% up in just a matter of minutes after the market is open. So far, these margin increases that we've been seeing at the Shanghai Futures Exchange, the gold exchange there, as well as in the LBMA and the COMEX, are having not as much effect as we might have thought. So the prices are moving up here. 79.35 now for silver. Gold to silver ratio is 62.82. That is widening from what we saw at its tightest around 46, I believe, was the tightest that we've seen the gold to silver ratio. But we're watching these numbers move. We'll take a look at the volume here. We can see, indeed, there's the gap up. There's the gap up. And it is like on fire for sure. Yes, indeed. Let's see if we can find the RSI on this, Relative Strength Index. I learned that from you guys. And we can see it there, Relative Strength Index, playing itself out here. And that gap up there with that price, and you can see that the other one, the average, I can't forget which one's the average, which one's the static, or which one's is going along with the price, but it basically does go along with the price. So I don't know that we'll use that indicator as a whole much, but you can see here, there's the line, it basically kind of goes in. And there's certain numbers, there's triggers for the numbers as to what that means for the strength, but I think we're getting a little bit too technical with that. We may check it from time to time, and the moving averages are something else too. Jame Unleashed kind of taught me about that as far as what they could mean. And let's see here. Let me see if I can find a way to turn that off. Don't know where to turn that off here, but anyways. Delete pane. There we go. All right, because we want something kind of simple here, but there it is. Fascinating. There's our gap up over $1 there, and we kind of watch this thing move here. All right. So Michael Lyon says when it falls below 30, that's a good buy. And that means it's a decent buy at that point for sure. All right. Here we go. Silver bouncing around though. Bouncing around. It's still up over $1. It's up $1.10 now to $79.05. We did reach a session high, a very short session as it has been so far, of $79.85. That means that 15 cents more, it would be $80. That's right. It's crazy how things are moving here, but all right. Let's see. That's right. Mind the gap. That's for those of you in the United Kingdom. You'll know what that means. Mind that gap. Indeed. Let's see here. And let's see here. We've got Cotter Pendozer. We'll get back to the markets here in a minute. Answer a few more comments here. He says, should be a law that billionaire oligarch companies shouldn't be allowed to liquidate more than 10 to 55% of any form of asset at any one moment in time, a day or two. Yeah, and the thing is, overregulation is a problem too. And obviously people can use whatever tools they have to try to manipulate or so you got to protect, it's finding that fine line can be an issue for sure. All right, and let's get over here to John Powers, and has a question here. What about price separation between physical and paper? I keep hearing with the manipulation of the paper and what the buyers have paid for physical, isn't it separating? I mean, it does anyway when you include premiums, but I'm thinking much more drastic because that's what happens. I believe the paper market will be on its end times. It's a big lie anyway, similar to Bitcoin. Well, John Powers, yes, you're exactly right. It's something that always happens anyway. It just is increasing now because of natural market forces. People are buying more. People are selling more. By the way, Hoosier Stacker just sent over a $2 super chat. Thank you, Hoosier Stacker. It says, gap this Sal. That's right. We're going to gap it through. Yes, indeed. And there we go. All right. That's indeed. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Silver Honda. Enjoy Mrs. Silver Honda's coconuts. Give him a warm hug for me. All right, very good. And so yeah, it's just that separation. It's happening especially between East and West. They really are wanting silver in China, but really they're wanting silver here more too. We're seeing more and more of that happening, and people are willing to pay more for it. So yep, that's exactly right. Libertarian, the Asian market was setting the prices for a month. Be ready. For the next paper scam, don't sell unless you need to. Yep, I would say. I mean, there may be opportunities like what Silver Scientist did, and if you can time it and it works out for you, then I think that's great. Andrew says, if he has a short position at large and they froze it, he's definitely in trouble if the price goes up. I wonder if the Chinese government steps in and covers his position, or if they go to a bankruptcy situation. If they have to cover, and with physical silver, there's going to be a short squeeze for sure. Yeah. I talked about that in this morning's video, which did not get very many views. I thought for sure it would. Super important topic about what's going on at the COMEX, or could be going on at the COMEX. Let's answer a few more here, and then we'll get right back in the markets. Tony Bones, silver hasn't recovered yet, still 40% down, give or take. I'm sure it'll eventually crawl back up due to the dollar being printed away into oblivion. Well, yep, that's been happening for a long time. So we'll see. I think I wouldn't necessarily call the demise of any one entity, the COMEX or the dollar, anytime soon. All right. Let's see here. We got Joseph Smith says here, are the premiums on graded Morgan silver dollars going up much yet? So like MS63, I don't know. I've not kept up with that market. I'm not sure how that will play out. My guess is, again, I've seen many times where those premiums are shrinking because of what's going on with the silver market and the collector's market. Platinum Gnome, I'm jealous of your gold Multicoin. I've seen them as items for sale, but as someone checking the online bullion stores multiple times a day for years, they've been out of stock at the moment that they were added. Yeah, very tough. It's very tough to find those things these days, and I've been called a Satanist essentially for having them. People think I'm a Freemason because I got the Multicoins. It's absolutely insane. I was trolling the guy. Probably will end up banning him because he said people should unsubscribe from this channel because he's a part of the Masonic Temple. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Well, Thousandaire Radio is here. Good to see you, my friend. I slurp in your honor. He says, happy Sunday, press like. Thank you, Thousandaire Radio. Deliciosus coffee here. We slurp our way through this madness of the Super Bowl market watch. Silver is now pushed back some of its gains tonight. That's right. There's some defense happening here. I'm going to try to use as many football analogies as I can. There's a flag on the field. There's a flag on the field. And it is 99 cents up silver. That's right. 1.27% to 78.93. We did see it get up as high as $79.85 earlier in the broadcast. Here we go. And gold is up $10.90 as well. $4,978.90. That's right. Yes, indeed. That's right. I'm a trilateral WEF Mason. That's right. Exactly. And the thing is, I'm too cheap to be a Freemason. If I'm going to lay bricks for anybody, I'm going to charge them a lot. That's hard work to lay bricks. You know what I mean? All in all, we're just another brick in the wall, unless she's a brick house. Now, she could be a brick house. If that's the case, I'll be glad to lay her bricks anytime, and I would do it at no cost. I'd do it to the 33rd degree level for sure, if that were the case. All right, let's get back over here, see what other folks are saying. We've got Richard Metcalf here chiming in on this video, showing my Illuminati coin here. It says, I hope the restructuring will include the elimination of capital gains tax. Exactly, I hope so too. Probably too much to ask for. Talking about new stackers, my granddaughter called me to tell me she just filled the tube of 90% dimes she finally filled after 2 years as a cashier. She was so proud. I didn't think the information I was giving her was sticking, but now she has the bug and saving for a kookaburra. Nice. That is awesome. Incredible that she found so much as a cashier. Amazing. Thank you, Richard Metcalf. It's always encouraging to see folks get into stacking silver. All right. Tony Alba, 790, has this to say about China. They bought 5,000 silver contracts or 40 million ounces on Friday at COMEX close, but don't worry, there's plenty of silver. The COMEX is hiking margins multiple times just for the fun of it. Yep, they did it on the 6th. They'll take in effect tomorrow morning in New York time when the markets open up there. Not because there's a lot of buying. The riggers will fight it for the bitter end. You know that even $76 silver is crushing the banks. It's either $76 silver or having physical wiped out in a few days. Exactly right. There you go. All right. Very, very good. Yeah, don't tell Alex Jones. The frog people might get me. Tyler West, 1776. Am I the one? Am I the only one with an LCS that always sells silver right at spot price? I've been hearing a lot of people saying that paying crazy high premiums to obtain metal. I think you might be the only one. I really do. I know my local coin shop's not selling it at the spot price. That's pretty amazing. If they are, uh, give them a big hug. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. All right. I hear crazy. All right. That's right. Let's see here. Very good. The U-Haul, $150 is the next target. I'm not sure when it will be. Maybe a market drawdown second half of the year, so silver may be down some of it. Gold may be safer to have if you are buying now. That's right. And just like I bought the Taylor Swift album, 1989. Yeah, this is. I know I'm showing my age talking about Taylor Swift, but that's my wheelhouse right there. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see here. And let's see. And let's see here. Just Chipman says here. My thoughts on silver is the more it costs, the better it is for industrial players. My opinion, if they're going to set a minimum, it's going to be high enough to stay, but not get so manipulated by banks and small players like us. Big players don't care how much it costs compared to its applications that are using it. It's peanuts. As soon as some guy says it's political or the administration, blah, 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 stop listening to them. Just my opinion. The thing is there is politics do play a role in the precious metal markets. We do not shy away from talking about it here on this channel, by the way. The political moves, because politics drives markets, and markets are driven by psychology in reaction to politics and everything else. Geopolitics, domestic politics, all of it. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got here. Moving on up to this. We've got from Michael Lorme, and we'll get back to the comments or to the markets just after this comment. So bear with me, folks. We do like to interact with the members of the community that comment. We all know the COMEX will potentially run out in silver in March. Check out my video I posted this morning about that. We also know that they will control that. Stand for fiddling with the usual route. Margin calls and shorts will crash the spot value further. I think the volume of fiddling required may see spot drop to 40. However, every time they do this, the actual price of physical gets further and further distance from the spot price. Yep, people are buying on the dip for sure. You can see premiums being a change charged for physical silver. I think you can forecast is that as the world runs out of physical silver, less of it is likely to head towards the mints and jewelers. It makes no sense sending physical silver into a market for luxury goods if it means starving tech and industrial users. The days of stacking may soon be over if there's no new metal to buy. I think we're a little ways off from that. We only make up about 25% of the entire silver market. They have their ways of getting it without getting stuff that we want to buy. It's just there's bottlenecks or supply chain crunches. There's wait times. The refineries, they're going to eventually get caught up, and that's going to be silver enough there for both uses in due course. We'll see how it plays out. I wouldn't really fret too much about that yet. And the silver price is going up a little bit. Now it's up $1.49 to $79.43. Gold is up $21.30 here tonight, $4,989.30. We are about $12, $11 away from $5,000 gold yet again. Platinum is up $45 tonight. It's the leader tonight. It keeps on fighting with silver to become the leader in terms of the price performance here. We got it's $2,154 an ounce right now for platinum. Palladium up 1.84%, up $31 to $17.53. All right. So there's where the numbers stand at this point in time. Let's take a look at the volume of this. We can see the volume has really picked up here and really spiked up in buys there. As you see at that little peak there, that's where it occurred. Buys happening, so pretty wild. All right, there that is. Now up $1.56, and we're gonna look over here and see what we've got. See who's open here tonight. Right now, we have just New Zealand and Australia open. I think that's Melbourne, Australia. And I'm of the understanding that we are going to have a holiday from Tuesday until Thursday for the Chinese New Year. So the Chinese markets may be closed down for a couple of days. That should be very interesting, which leads credence to this idea with the margin increases that will be occurring, I believe will cause the price of silver to go down and put more pressure on the Asian markets. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, what do you want to poll? Bay Nagyan, you choose the poll, but tag me in it so I see it. What do you want me to do the poll? Something related to silver if we can, with the price or something. I don't want to just do my regular poll, like, do you think it's going to get $100 this week or anything like that? Something a little bit different. You pick it, we'll do it. It's got to have a multiple choice. It can't be like, what do you think the price is going to be, and then have no choices there. But yeah, just something. Pick something, but tag my name so I see it, because there's a lot of activity here tonight. And watch these things move up. Now look at this, up $1.77 to $79.71, getting closer to that $80 mark tonight. So we're going to keep an eye on it indeed. Pretty wild movements we see here, and slurping away on some very warm coffee here tonight. And platinum is up $46. Just amazing. That's over $2,000 an ounce. And now gold is getting much closer. $7.70 away from $5,000 tonight. Absolutely crazy. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. Very, very good. All right, let's get back to some of these comments here and see what we've got going on here. We got full of burns here from last night's surprise live stream that we had. That was a fun time. Says, I wonder how the price action will look like between 15 to 25 of February, since the Shanghai Exchange and Chinese market will be closed for the new year. Yes, that's right. Are they closed for 10 days? I thought it was just for a couple of days. I'm not sure. Very good. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, let's get over here to this. We got not one AU. The COMEX will fall just as fiat currency will crash. Neither will happen, but another manipulated precious metals crash will. Too many lies in manipulation in the silver market. Put it back to 20 and piss off. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we talked about in that video. Very good. Let's see here. Did Niggyun bring a poll question for us? Still waiting for that. Type my name out if you're going to do it. Pull on GSR down to 45. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, let's do it. Pull on GSR. All right, let's see here. Hold on a second. Let me get this started here. All right. Will we see the gold to silver ratio narrow to 45 this year? Will we see that happen this year? That's your poll question. That's a good one. It gives us an idea of relative value between the two metals. Very good. All right. And let's see here. We got Treasure Charger, and then we'll get back to the markets here. This is on this morning's video. If you've not seen this morning's video, hope you will check it out. It's about the COMEX, the fear that it's going to crash or collapse in March. Raising margins and transferring reserve bars to eligible status might squash the crisis short term, but a shortage is a shortage. Demand is exceeding the supply, and their games with the market will only work so long. I'm staying the course with dollar cost averaging. I'm buying and definitely holding. That's right. Until they normalize. If they normalize, then then a crisis will be averted, and it could happen. They'll find ways to source the silver. I think a lot of it is stuck with the refineries. They may definitely be dependent on those more often. And so we'll see how that plays out. All right. All right, we got Chai Fields. It says here, there's an inevitable, unavoidable reckoning coming in the silver market. If half the silver ever mined has been lost, the gold to silver ratio would be around 1 to 4. Well, and that's just it. People, there's this misnomer that silver is lost. Silver is consumed, but it's never fully lost. It's just a matter of whether or not it is economically viable to recycle it. And now, with the prices where they're at now, it is becoming much more economically viable to recycle it. Yes, indeed. They sure do. All right. Yeah, Green Day are definitely woke, for sure. And not going to be watching the Super Bowl halftime show, that's for sure. We'll have our own show here. Let's do one more, then we'll look back at the markets again here. Renewed hours, 1267. Says, so silver was surging like crazy and about to be out of control, and the filthy rats just shorted it with 130% volume, and the total amount of silver exists in the world. This means that it can easily short it again with even higher volumes of freshly printed paper silver. Yeah, who knows? Whatever's happening, it's happening quick. And it could be also, there's also, on the other end, there was a lot of speculative buying that caused it to go up. And then a lot of selling off to make some money. Yes, indeed. And James Owens, I bought silver as a young man as insurance against the fiat currency. I never plan to sell my currency. It is my insurance just in case. Good thinking. Silver now $80 again. Look at that, folks. Up $2.05. It's now on the leaderboard. It is ahead. It is scoring big time with a safety throw into the end zone, up to $80 per ounce. Now, that is in the ask price. It's 25 cents lower in the bid price. Stakey Wolf, I'll sue you. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. $80, $79.75. There it is. All right. Very good. A Jaguar says, no chance COMEX collapses. First, the numbers the COMEX give out are lies. The lies are setting up a perceived shortage to dupe people into thinking they may collapse. It's actually the COMEX is a mafia-run organization run by thugs. Their job is to steal, and no one is better at that. Simply steal unallocated silver from private owners. Yeah, kind of alluded to that point in this, where they would possibly do that. So yes, indeed. So we'll see how that plays out. We're going to put this guy on camera. Cody Gross, his name. I can't wait for this guy to sue me for posting his channel here. Look at that. Sue me. I don't know who that guy is anyway. Whatever. Let's see. Let's get back over here. And we've got this. We've got Palula Sasso says, planning to take my first silver purchase of 26 today, along with the 10th ounce of gold. I bought 11 ounces of silver peer-to-peer, including slabbed and graded eagle, kangaroos, etc., for under $3. That's nice. Very cool. And let's see here. 1/10 of an ounce graded gold eagle at spot. Nice. You cannot beat that if you get it at spot price. And that just goes to show you, a lot of the modern graded coins, you getting your modern coins graded is a waste of time for the most part. You pay premiums for nothing. Any modern graded coins I bought on the secondary market, and I got it for bullion price. Yes, indeed. All right. And let's see here. We got Wilderness Father. Says the following here. I think you're right, Sal. They will access the eligible holdings if necessary. They will negotiate settlement by installment. They will increase margins to the moon. They will negotiate cash settlement with premiums. In other words, they have a few tools to kick the can, but if the trend for physical settlement continues, they are buying themselves about 9 months, I think. I don't see a sudden reversal back to the futures rolling over and taking place. I agree. Yep, exactly. For sure. I think it's just going to be a matter of time. And they got the tricks up their sleeve. For sure. They're not as worried. Good to see Littlefoot is here. Good to see you. Good to see Michael K. Dean R. is here. A lot of good folks with us tonight. Appreciate you guys joining us here. Let's answer a few more comments. We'll get right back into the markets again. because they're continuing to rise. Yes, indeed. They are rising up. Jay Maxwell, they're reportedly going to raise margins on silver contracts to 50% tonight. COMEX is a crime syndicate, and the whole cabal needs to be locked up in isolation for the next 20 million years. Make that 20 million in one extra year. There you go. All right, very good. Steve Woods, buying graded coins for spot or without a premium is nice. It sure is. It is nice to do that. And I've done that several times too, for sure. Okay, very good. And let's see here. C130, listen to me. It will 100% collapse. They're going to try everything they can to prevent it. I can't wait for tonight's opening. I get it, Sal, viewers and stuff. There we go. That's right. There we go. Join us here tonight, C130. And Steke Wolf, if you send me a $100 super chat, I'll play one of your videos. You got to send me a $100 super chat. Or send it PayPal friends and family. That'd be even better. Okay. Hopefully he does that, and I'll play one of his videos. Vinci Yo says all commodity producers, food producers, and industrial manufacturers need COMEX to buy and sell futures in order to hedge their positions. Hedge funds need COMEX to punt and speculate in order to make a living. Yes. All right. Hedge their positions. That's right. I guess that's what it's about for sure. So Attorney Michael Align thinks we may see $50 silver tomorrow. I think that's, if they raise those margins, and especially if we have a couple of days off, if we have a couple of days without the Shanghai open, that is a possibility. It's a real possibility. But right now, the markets over in Asia are lighting up tonight, up 2.34% to $79.76, back off of $80. We got over $80 tonight in the session, but here we are. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. Very good. Good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. Yes, indeed. Glad you're here with us tonight. A good crowd as we peruse our way through this broadcast. We're watching all the metals go up. Platinum and silver are tied in the percentage increase. Platinum is up $50, which is a number that Michael Align thinks we might see by tomorrow for silver. And silver is up $79.71, up $1.76. There it is. Razor Ready gave a quarter tip to the bartender the other day, a silver quarter. She was very happy. Nice. That's a great way. I think that is a really good way to be able to spread the word about silver. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Very, very good. And so we're seeing, and now gold has now reached up above $5,000 an ounce yet again. This makes me yet happy. It was an emotional roller coaster for me for the gold I purchased about a week and a half ago now, and the order is still processing. That's how busy the bullion dealer is. But yes, indeed. All right, here we go. Let's go up here to Croatia. And Croatia says this here. Let me get over this way. Paper silver lets vast amounts of silver trade without moving the metal. So prices are often set in derivatives rather than the physical market. This enables hedging, but also gives large players leverage to sway short-term price movements. Okay, yeah. And I can understand that. It kind of hedges themselves or whatever, but if the price goes down or up, that's a risk involved, isn't it? I just still don't get it. But anyways. All right, very good. And we've got Pass the Ball, 79.85. Says, do coin shops and pawn shops get good silver bullion and send it to the refinery, then order new silver bullion to sell? Why do they look at secondary silver bullion as less than uncirculated if it weighs the same? It just depends. Some places think it's more important than others. I would dare say in this market it probably matters much less these days. All right, Patriots have just won the coin toss. All right, there we go. So that gives an indication of what's going to happen tonight. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. We got Regal Shaman says 2026 looks like the year when corruption that has been festering for 2 centuries at the heart of Western civilization collapses and is finally revealed. Hint Rothschilds. All right, well, I don't think the Rothschilds have all that much of an influence these days. That's so 1770s era. You know, I mean, it's like when we broke off from the United Kingdom and many Europe in general. I think that's kind of when most of the Rothschild influence kind of tapered off a bit there. All right, let's see here. Let's move on up here and see what we've got. OU Surf 2 says that and he's in retail and buying as much and as fast as one can. I'm guessing they want my silver cheap, so they'll wait for us to buy hard like now and then liquidate the paper longs and spike it for July. We'll see. See how that plays out. We shall see how that plays out. All right, very good. Okay. And Chomp Normanski says, keep buying and tell your neighbors to buy. Paper traders will manipulate, but in the end, industry and individuals need silver. That's right, especially industry, and especially the industrial side. That's why we're seeing a structural deficit. But they don't need it as much as they did in 2022. Let's see, very good. Let's see here. And let's see here. According to Epstein emails, who was funded by Rothschilds, and Warburg Rothschild still own Federal Reserve secret banks. I don't know what the Federal Reserve secret banks are, though. Attorney Michael Line. The Federal Reserve is what it is. We know most of the banks that are tied to the Federal Reserve. Let's see here. All right. They will do what it takes to stay relevant and in control until they become irrelevant and no longer useful. I believe that is in their near future. Keep stacking. Yes. Oh, that's right. They do want to stay in control. And speaking of control, I think honestly, George Soros, and his son Alexander Soros are far more influential than the Rothschilds at this point. Far more influential. Not just here, but around the world. They're funding all these riots. They're funding all these protests. I think that's where the focus should be, not Rothschilds. I think that's a boogeyman, the Rothschild boogeyman. Look at where the funding comes in from the hard left and some of these institutions and everything like that. That's the cabal there. Let's see here. Extreme Pacifist says here. Says here, that's how they will control the silver's price. The refineries will tell the wholesalers what the price is, and all the local coin shop owners will have no options but to sell their prices. Stop selling to wholesalers and refiners and sell only to us stackers and collectors. Save our history, stop the melt, keep calm, and keep stacking. I think the more of us that buy physical and hold on to it, it puts strain on them. And it's worth the premium to have it, to hold it. And if you're not buying it, hold on to what you got. I really do believe. Hold on to what you got. That is the most powerful message you can send to any group, whether it be Rothschilds, whether it be the Soros family, whether it be the COMEX, whether it be the LBMA, Shanghai Gold Exchange, which, by the way, the Shanghai Gold Exchange is definitely a part of the futures contracts and stuff, too. They trade all that stuff there as well. Yeah, very good. All right, let's get over here to this. We've got George, and we'll look at the markets again after this here. President Trump and Vance will stop the manipulation silver by China, COMEX, and banks by placing a price floor, while Google claims the silver price floor will be 120 and 160 an ounce within 180 days, as well as placing a strategic mineral reserve of $12 billion of silver in response to China looking at all the silver in their country. With silver right now at $77 an ounce, it will go up huge in the next 180 days before the price floor takes effect. Well, I don't know that they're going to do that. I don't know that they can do that. If they're going to set a price floor, it may be what they're willing to pay for it and no less than that. As far as the government for a stockpile, I don't know if they can control the market. Very good. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got Wacky Doodle. Probably sooner than later, refineries will restock the COMEX and things will be back to the same crap as before. Silver back under $50 incoming. Just buy gold. F silver, I'm sick with it. Yeah, and it could the wild fluctuations want people to get sick of silver, but I'd say hold on because right now silver is climbing back up again, up $2.22. It is up $80.16 tonight. That's right. It's at a session high here. Platinum is up 2.48%, up $52. Gold comfortably above $5,000 an ounce. It's up $73, 1.47%. Silver still has not reached $80 in the bid price, since there's 25 cents worth of difference, showing the difference between the what we see there with the volatility in the market. We have pretty persistent wavering between contango and backwardation, but the backwardation has had the upper hand for a while now. So there it is. All right. And let's get to some more comments. We'll see. Next time we get back, then we might look at the volume for the markets here. But Russell Davidson says there's a genuine fear of physical silver holdings from some people. My coworker is a COMEX trader, and I was shocked that anyone would have silver in their possession. I simply asked him, if you don't hold it, you don't actually own it. That definitely made him think, but he said silver is silver. So I handed him an 1875 cc 20-cent piece in VG10 and said, this is just melt silver too. Silver to me is history. It's earned by sweat, its technology, and its protection. That's right. It sure is. Nice. Very good. Yeah, it's cool. Some of those old collectible pieces are nice. And very cool. Fish Cake Buddy. No one seems to be talking about Chinese New Year this week, Tuesday through Thursday. What will other markets do when China's closed? That'll be very interesting to see what will happen, because you're right about that, and I didn't know about that. Okay, Bible Recall Videos says with this, Sal, I don't quite understand what your thesis is. I know you are less bullish than some commentators on other channels. You said you think it may drop to around $50 an ounce. Do you expect it to stay there for a couple of years? Do you expect the fiat system to collapse at some point? Well, let me just take these one at a time. Yes, I did say that it could drop to $50. I didn't say how long it would stay at $50. When I said in my video on January the 1st, my predictions is that it might touch that number. And I think that it will be the new floor for silver. And that's actually a pretty bold prediction. That's a bullish prediction, actually, considering what we just saw over the past 5 years, and actually what we've been seeing for the past 20 years. Plus, $50 silver is very good in comparison to what we saw before. A normalization of the silver market with a floor of $50, every silver stacker should celebrate that. But they don't. People lash out at me and say, you're a bear on silver. Now, not you, Bible Recall Videos. You've been saying that I've been less bullish than some of the other commentators, and I just like to look at it as I'm more realistic about silver, based off of my experience and what I've seen. I knew we were in a bull market, and really, honestly, I think the last part was a bubble, and it burst, and we could have another bubble. It could come right back up there again. Who knows? But it's not sustainable. It's gone up way too fast. A lot of speculative buying, and the like. But anyway, so there that is. So the next question is, do you expect it to stay there for a couple of years? No. I think that we're going to see it probably steadily go up from there, if that's the case. And who knows what's going to happen. I cannot say what's going to happen 2 or 3 years from now. I wouldn't even begin to speculate. And I speculated what's going to happen within this year, very generally, in my prediction video. Do you expect the fiat system to collapse at some point? I don't think the fiat system in general is global, and I think that certain currencies will collapse and reestablish themselves, like what we saw in Zimbabwe and other places. That will occur, but so yeah, some fiat currencies will collapse. The dollar will be the least among them to do that. I think if it gets really bad, it will be essentially reset or reformed, reestablished. Don't know when, don't know how, but I think we got some time there. And do you expect a larger surge down the road, maybe 5 to 10 years? I think we could see silver and gold continuing to climb up and really assert themselves as hedges as against inflation much more strongly now than ever before, I believe. And so thank you so much for the questions, and I appreciate you watching so faithful. Let's get back over here to the markets. Now silver back below $80, but just barely. Let's take a look at the volume here that we're witnessing tonight. And volume has tapered off as we're about 11 minutes shy of the next wave of openings here. And I believe it might be Tokyo that will be opening next. We'll see. But we're watching here tonight closely. So there it is. Markets moving, volume tightening a bit here. And it's interesting because what we have been showing here, whenever the volume goes down, the price tends to go up. It's like its natural tendency is to ascend a bit here. And so that's where we're at right now. Fascinating indeed. But it does appear in the last couple of minutes to be tightening, consolidating here around this range, right around $80. So there that is. All right. And gold is back over $5,000 an ounce. What a night it has been for gold. This could all change, though, as Michael Lyon has says. You know, what we could see, especially with the Asian markets closing on Tuesday, and margins going up, prices could fall, in the Western markets. All right, let's see here. Tony Erickson is with us. Good to see Tony Erickson. Hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome, welcome. Good folks with us here tonight. As we peruse our way through here, watching these markets move. $80.14 for silver right now. And gold up $71.60, sitting at $5,039.60. Spread between bid and ask, much more stable than it is for silver, by the way. Much lower. Obviously, we've got it, $2 spread there. And I think it used to be $1, but there it is. Continuing to climb. Platinum and palladium also up strongly tonight, but silver is on top again, 2.8%. Best performance. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's see here. So there we go. And Donna Kirsch says, I'll believe it when I see it. COMEX has a lot of global friends and tricks up their sleeve. Look how long they've been screwing us so far. That's right, exactly. And D. Trider says, so we are looking at a two-situation outcome. They will collapse SLV price to cash out, or they won't be able to control it, and SLV price will explode. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And the thing is they raise their margins. That's probably the only way they can manipulate it. But, the thing is the reason why they do that, right, they raise those margins is because of the speculative buying and people not being able to cover that on the other side of the trade. So they raise it, which I don't like that idea. If you're going to buy an ounce of silver, pay the full ounce. And I think really that's really what it boils down to. You pay the full ounce. You go in. Put your money at risk if you're going to do it that way. I don't like this idea of paying only a percentage of it. I think that's why they're raising the margins, because all the speculative buying coming into the market rather than the institutional buyers, which some people feel they are the ones that are really suppressing the price. Cybercurrent Twitcher, 2026 is certainly going to be an interesting year for precious metals. It sure will. You're exactly right about that, Cybercurrent Twitcher. Especially if it's any for January, February. We're already into February, but we're already seeing it. It is January was like none other that I've ever seen. Angry Buffalo Stacker with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. It's been rare here tonight, so thank you so much for that. Appreciate that super chat, sir. All right. Let's do one more, then we'll get right back to the markets again. We got Bobby Ree Marsma says this. I don't think there is any supply crunch, just a huge kink in the supply chain. Refineries are tied up processing mine concentrates almost exclusively in order to produce more above-ground silver stock. The scrap backed up their yards as distributors, and even an LCS back rooms is already above ground and thus low priority. Retail just isn't significant to this market, which is why it's being ignored. That's right. Yeah, it largely is insignificant. Only the reason why it's being amplified on channels like this and by the community is because of the big premiums. And there is bottlenecks in that market too, because they kind of mesh with all the refined silver that's being sent to refineries, which much of it will go to industry and not come back to us stackers. All right, very good. Let's see here. And let's see here, very good. Let's see. What do we have here with the next couple of comments? Let's take a look at the markets again and see what we've got happening here with the price of gold and silver at this point in time. We got silver now up, reached a new session high to $80.28 moments ago. It's at $80.19 right now, up $2.24, 2.89% increase, a pretty big jump for silver. And gold is up 1.43%, up $71 right now to $5,039 for an ounce of gold. Platinum up $48, now 47, 21.56. Palladium up $50 to 1,772. Gold to silver ratio has narrowed slightly to 63.02 tonight. So that's what we're looking at right now. It's crazy. And let's see here. Let's get back over here. We got this. We got Mr. Thespian. Says here, it will not fail like we think it would. That's right. I don't think it will either. When it does, we will not even know what happened for a while. We're not even sure metal is actually moving out right now. Delivery has just been a big yes, but that doesn't mean it's actually leaving COMEX. A good amount stays in COMEX, but has just changed owners. That's exactly right. And there are certain vaults, as I mentioned in the video, in New York, and I wish more people would have seen this video. You know, the videos that I do that I think this is good information that the community would like to hear, and they get very few views. It's crazy in comparison, especially with what's going on. This is big news, potential collapse of the COMEX, and me breaking it down. But I guess, I don't know what it is. But yes, that's right. I think they just take a piece of paper and put a new owner's name on it, much like what happens in the gold vaults for central banks. There's if the London LBMA and the gold vaults there, the Central Bank of England has gold for other nations, and they just say, okay, well, here is Lithuanians gold, and they sold off 7 bars. They'll just put it in a database with the serial numbers. These bars now go to this other country or what have you. Gold really doesn't change hands. The silver doesn't actually change hands. It's not actually taken out of the vaults. That's their way that they can keep it going. Richard Metcalf, they sure aren't going down without a fight for sure. Hold on tightly to those silver slippers. They must be very valuable or they wouldn't want them so badly. That's right. Thank you, JM on Lisa's posted a link to the video. Appreciate that, JM. Yeah, you can open that up in a new tab and watch it afterwards if you've not seen that. I take a little different approach than most on that view, but I think I've made enough people think that they either agree with me or they can see where I'm coming from on it. Let's see here. What do we have happening here? Let's get over here to this. We've got Dr. BCRB says, I'm thinking the physical dealers need to get the physical price with no connection to the paper price. Develop a system where 10 large dealers are in communication throughout the day and prices can increase or decrease based on demand. Well, I'm telling you what, you think people are mad at the COMEX, they call it the CRIMEX. You get 10 large dealers to do that, you're going to open up a can of worms to the likes of which you've never seen before. That would not be good. That would not be pretty. Not at all. That's for sure. Yeah. If they're going to set the price. Mm-hmm. Uh, and let's see here. Quacktuber. Another cost to mine silver is around $20 per ounce. As inflation rises, so does that cost. Indeed, it does. So effectively putting a floor under the price. As for today's action, yeah, lots of new stackers jumping in for speculation. Gentlemen, precious metals aren't a get-rich-quick play. They're insurance. Your investments grow your wealth. Your metal's protected. That's exactly right, Quacktuber. Yeah, price floors are kind of set by inflation for the most part. Production costs and the like are there. And so, yep, I don't know what the cost of all-in sustaining cost to mine silver varies from primary silver mines, which are few and far between these days. That's the most expensive silver, to the silver that's mined as a byproduct of lead, zinc, and other metals. That's where the majority of the silver comes from. And that is probably $20 or lower. Some of these mines do a little bit lower. Last number I heard was about $17. But that could be up now. We'll see. Disc golf fanatic, I think is what that is, says here, I think it's a virtual certainty that the COMEX will find a way to make the market crash before they get to a point where they're having to settle in cash. No way they'll be able to settle contracts with silver over $100 an ounce. I wouldn't be shocked if they can push it down to 50 or lower before it's all over for them. Yeah. Yep, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Tucson Bubba is here. Good to see you. All right, let's see here. All right. Now we got that Pandora's box. Says, of course, Sal doesn't think so. Roll over won't matter. You need to look at the numbers. No one is rolling over when the price has rocketed and delays are everywhere. Well, Pandora, I don't think you listened to what I said in the video as to why that is the case. And even the person who I got my research from says the same thing, that it could happen. You have to understand how things work. I learned a lot more about how that works with the eligible and registered category, and realizing there are a lot of the same owners in both the registered and the eligible category. GeoCube, please don't put that dirty paper money on the silver. All right, there we go. I try not to do that anymore. It is getting dirtier. I got this note when it was brand spanking new, crisp and uncirculated. It's since worn a little bit from me fondling it here tonight. And let's see here. The silencer on this video, then we'll go back to the markets, says this. Of course, the Crimex will not go down without a fight, and they will surely try every move in their book, but they can't. But the ship is slowly sinking, and rightly so. These crooks should be in jail for the years of long Ponzi schemish manipulation. It's about time for justice for our stackers. $150 silver is coming by the end of the year, and that's a conservative estimate. All right. Well, the fact is, nobody knows what the price of silver is going to do. And there's also so many other factors. And the thing is, yes, I know the COMEX, and many people feel they do some shady things. I think a lot of it's because we really don't know. There's so much mystery, and there's so many derivatives, or so many moving parts in the COMEX. It's easy for us to blame them. But make no mistake, the natural market is much more influential. And I know it because I see it and I talk about it every day. Because you think about it. Silver price moves dramatically one way or the other for a lot of different reasons, for sure. And there are manipulators. The very fact that there is a derivative market is a manipulative action in and of itself. The derivative market. And then you have other factors that come into role. You have what the Federal Reserve is doing. They're the biggest manipulator of everything. They're above all. And what they say and what comes out of the Fed can move the markets dramatically. I've talked about that multiple times. And yes, I do believe that Trump's pick for the Federal Reserve chair surprised and shocked the markets, and that's part of what led to silver's big crash. That's how much these things are influenced by it. Very good. Very good. Nicely done, Michael, with the margin calls Been gaining huge in minor stocks. Nice. So if they go down tomorrow, he's going to settle in and grab them. I mean, the thing is, those are pretty predictive. If they raise margins, the prices. But usually, what's been happening, what we've been seeing happening, when they raise those margins, the price goes down for a day or two, and then boom, it goes right back up again. That's crazy. And that's right. Soylent Green is exactly right. Manipulation starts with fiat currency. It really does. The Federal Reserve is a big manipulator. Yes, indeed. All right, let's take a look at the markets now again. What do we have? Every metal is up tonight. Gold is up over $5,033, $65.80. Silver is up $2.11 at $80.05, stabilizing in these numbers here. We see them finding their comfort zones. Their comfort zones are right there for us for gold and silver tonight. Same with platinum and palladium. They've been hovering around this level here as we now are at the top of the hour. Let me see here. We are right at the top of the hour. That means the next set of markets have opened up. Tokyo and Korea have opened up. Let's see what it looks like in the volume here tonight. Any impact at all? It looks like that the volume picked up a little bit when those markets opened, but not enough to really cause a whole lot of movement in the price. In fact, there's a volume picking up where there's some selling happening here. Yes, indeed. It's crazy. There it is. More volume picking up and more selling happening here. Oh yeah, let me show you the volume here. Hold on a second. Yeah, my screen here doesn't have to move this up to show it. There's the volume. Thank you, Mark Razor. Oh man, there you go. Hoosier Stacker says fondle this. We like to fondle our silver. And thank you, Hoosier Stacker. Appreciate you, brother. Take care. Thank you, Hoosier. You are the man. Appreciate you so much, my friend. Have a good night. Hoosier Stacker, everybody. Check his channel out as well. A great member of the community. He's one that came up with the phrase stack your preparedness. So there's the volume. Thank you, Mark Razor, for that. And let's get back over here. Now it's back below $80 again. So that's what we're seeing here tonight. See how this all comes together. Pretty wild movements tonight. But I tell you what, over 2% for every metal except for gold. Gold is one of those metals that are just is just one of those metals that are just hanging out there and being pretty stable. Yeah, Kent, you must be new here. I've been talking about that I think we're going to see $50 silver since the beginning of the year. Actually, check out my video from the very beginning of the year of my price predictions. I've already been half right, and I think we may revisit $50 silver. And it may happen sooner rather than later since they've been raising these margins yet again. So we'll see here. But yeah, gold has been a more stable store of value. And it's been volatile too, but not nearly as volatile as the other precious metals. And yes, indeed, movement up there. But silver's still up pretty good tonight, over 2.39%. $79.80 tonight is where we're at with our silver price. Oh, yeah. And let's get back over here. Some comments, see what some of you are saying on the surprise live from last night. We're entering a comment from a comment that was placed on that live replay from Life Under the Mic. Had the man, the myth, the absolute legend, Attorney Michael Align, told me you had great information. Would love to see you two discuss the modern day manipulation. Well, thank you. Yes, we're need to get to them with him on timing something. I think he wants to have me on his channel, and schedules are tough. It's been very busy, and I know that it may be at least a week. I need to get with you on that, Michael line. But yeah, we'll do that. But thank you for popping in tonight, and appreciate you saying that. We'll have some discussions. JF Enterprise watching market open tonight. Yes, we are. We're here right now watching it. And Mark McGuire, didn't he play baseball? I think one of those caught in that scandal with the steroids. I don't know. High probability they will be physically short. they will cash settle, and then when everybody sees the price spike a lot, COMEX won't break it as in a default. It will default in physical. Well, there already is a lot of derivatives there anyway. There's more paper ounces than there is physical to back it. But anyways, very good. All right, let's see here. And let's move on up to this. We've got clever name, Uncle Sal for the win. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm on video here this evening. Let's take a look here about the markets are doing now. Silver's trying to get back to $80 again. Having some troubles, but we'll see what happens. It's now sitting up $2.02 tonight to $79.96, 4 cents shy of that. And gold is up $73.80. Yes, indeed. Yes, Tony Erickson, I did get that email. I appreciate it. Thank you for sending that. Thank you for that. Yes, I haven't had a chance to check out the link, but I will. Oh, it's been a crazy couple of days, but thank you, Tony Erickson. Appreciate it. And let's see here. So there's where the markets are right now. By the way, next time you're looking for precious metals, you can see Summit Metals has updated their website a little bit more. I like the way they designed this cool little header with ways to be able to shop gold and silver. You can see, oh man, they sold out of their Scottsdale bars. I need to get some more of those. But yeah, you can get gold, silver there. And so check them out. And they actually take pictures of the actual coins, which is really nice. Not just renderings. I like that they do that. And you can see there's some stuff that they're sold out, but they have a fairly decent variety otherwise. All right, let's see here. And let's take a look here. Let's refresh to see if we have anything else coming in. So far, it looks like there's some pressure around the $80 mark. There's some resistance there that we're seeing in the markets that have just recently opened up in Korea and Japan. And that is causing silver's price to kind of hold off around the $80 mark tonight. But the platinum is up pretty good. It's up 2%, up $42 to $2,151 per ounce. And gold, comfortably above $5,000 an ounce tonight. It's up. That resistance point has been breached, and it's staying above it. It's pretty wild. So there it is. And just pretty amazing, because when I think of platinum, I remember the days when platinum was much higher than gold. It's about 15 times more rare than gold. And holding an ounce of platinum in your hand is like nothing else. It's more dense than gold. So you really feel that weight. It's just incredible. And I've got in my hand a Platinum Eagle that I bought for about $700 for this back in 2020 when the price of platinum just tanked. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Tucson Bubba, with a 5 spot for Sal's Peanut Fund. Yes, indeed. Actually, you know what? There is a can of peanuts that I could get. I would like to do that. It'd be pretty nice. Thank you, Silver Scientist 555. Appreciate that. There's another one named Silver Scientist here. Thank you for being here. Very nice of you indeed. All right. Okay. So there's where the market's standing right now. In fact, there's more pressure on silver tonight. Now up just $1.76. Still up over 2%. Still the clear winner of all the metals tonight. But still, there that is. Let's take a look at the volume, shall we? Volume is increasing with some selling going on. And hopefully you can see that now. So there it is. Yep. Volume is increasing with selling that's occurring here tonight. Okay. Have a good night. Thank you, Cybercurrent Twitcher. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, indeed. Take care, Cybercurrent Twitcher. Sleep well, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in tonight. All right. Very, very good. Let's press on through here. There's where these markets are right now. Most of the volume that's been happening tonight since Japan and Korea have been open has been bad for silver. Look at all of that selling coming down here as we see. There it is. All right. Let's go back here to the prices. A Silver Scientist with the 3 spot. Thank you, Silver Scientist. Appreciate that, sir. Very nice of you indeed. Thanks for popping in here. So there's where the markets are. Let's get back to some of the comments, see what you're saying on some of my latest videos here as we get right back to it. Peace dollars, yeah, that's right, Ronald Tharp. Yeah, I was going to put the peace dollars in here too. Just didn't have space when I put some of the other stuff, but you're right. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Ronald Tharp. We got Brian Gage here on this video from this evening. Here says, Brian, we'll see what happens, but I have a feeling that the forces that will smash silver down once more before the CRIMEX and LBMA close all credibility from having to declare force majeure. That means they go default. Hope I spelled that right. Yeah, it's spelled a little differently, but that's okay. We'll see. I don't think they're going to default, though, but I talked about that in this morning's video, which you may not have watched. I hope you'll watch it. Yes, indeed. I'll link to it at the end screen of that video. But anyways, let's see here. 8 views 1 minute ago. 4 comments. Holy moly, you guys are so fast. Yeah, the viewers are pretty fast, the ones that do get the notifications. A lot of people aren't getting notifications. Let's explore, says Big Dave Day. Day. Yes, explore indeed. That's what we like to do. Willie Spencer with some algorithmic emoticons on this video. Always appreciated. The engagement really does help. Thank you, Johnny B, for that. And now let's take a look here again. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at this. Pulling back even more. Now just up $1.46 tonight for silver. The selling is continuing here tonight in the markets. On the Super Bowl Sunday. $79.41. And if this is any indication of what will happen tomorrow, it could be a bloodbath tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see how it all plays out. And let's get back over here and see what we've got with some other comments. From John Schmierman says, the U.S. dollar is done, thank God. Well, it's not. And if you think it's done and want to send your dollars to me, there's a PayPal link in this video and all my videos. So hope you'll do that. And, oh, man, thank you so much, Tucson Bubba, for Sal's upgrade from peanuts to cashew nuts. Whoa. Well, actually, the nuts I was talking about, Tucson Bubba, has peanuts and cashew nuts in it and other nuts. And I'm tempted. You got me even more tempted to go get them. It's crazy. And they're lightly sugared, the little sugar stuff on them, and they actually taste pretty good. I didn't have any today. Now you've got me hungry for them. All right, let's see here. Paul P. Small print says the COMEX could settle in cash. That's right. And then now the big question is, do they have the cash to settle in? That might be the big question. They won't go under. Treasurer, some large institution will give them the freshly printed fiat. Yeah, that's right. Through a repo, probably, likely from a bank, from a repo. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we'll see. It could happen. What could happen, Michael? All right, let's see here. And Zephiel, issues are great. U.S. or general coin collecting is a joke, if you ask me. It's going by the way of the Dodo bird, just the classic cars, amateur radio, and other things. There's very little appeal to upcoming generations, and the current generations are hoarding, stockpiling it. All right. Yes, indeed. Very good. Yeah, it just depends. I like things come and go in terms of the collector market for sure. Silver Sloth. Whoa. Oh, my goodness gracious. Silver Sloth with an 80 spot. From upgrade from cashews to silver. Okay, I tell you what, we're going to do something a little bit different. Because that is an ounce of silver tonight, or very close to it. It's $79.32 right now. Thank you, Silver Sloth. You guys are amazing. And so you give me a few. I don't usually do this on a Sunday night. We're losing some viewers anyway. And hey, we're here. We're having fun. Hold on 1 second, or maybe a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. Just a second. All right, let me see if I can get something going here. Hold on here, let's see. I'm doing some finagling here, folks. Just bear with me. It's gotta figure something out here. All right. Now, let's see if I can get this to work here. Bear with me. All right, let's see here. We lost a few more viewers, but hey, it's okay. We're going to have a little bit of fun here tonight, just a little bit, because I've been inspired by some folks. Let's see here. Why isn't this working? There we go. There it is. There's our lightly sugared nuts, cashews. You know what? Actually, I don't know if this is a peanut. I think that's a peanut. But they're all lightly cashew, almonds, and silver. There we go. Yes, indeed. And silver. There it is. So that's what we got here tonight for the upgrade. So thank you so much. Yes, I am nuts. That's right, GeoCubed. That has been confirmed even before I showed this. These nuts are made for grabbing. the nuts are here. So there we go. So yes, this should pull in a whole bunch of viewers. Me showing my nuts. Yes, indeed. It's crazy. So there it is. Silver and nuts there. So, all right, I might even have one right now. Pretty tasty. Oh, man. Oh, it's a crab raid. Whoa, International Stacker. Thank you. Man, we get a pick. Man, thank you to International Stacker for the crab raid. He's been killing it with his live streams. International Stacker, by the way, check him out. He's been following these markets, even live streaming more than I do. It's been pretty amazing to see his growth in his channel. That's very nice. We're going nuts over here, International Stacker. If you're listening, and you might be broadcasting this with us, we're watching the markets move. So everybody that's coming in from International Stacker's channel, you're probably wondering, why are there a bunch of nuts here? Well, because I'm nuts. That's why. And the man's nuts, grab them. That's what they say. But we do have silver here as well, but we're watching the markets too. So that being said, we'll turn this off and we'll get the markets back up again. We can see during that time, silver's not moved a whole lot anyway, so it's all good in the neighborhood. And there we are. So yeah, look at that. Very, very cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you, International Stacker, and thank you guys if you are here and you're interested. Like International Stacker, I like to cover the markets too. And everybody has their own little personality and a little different. So if you want a little different take, hopefully you'll subscribe. And for those of my viewers, I hope you will consider subscribing to International Stacker as well. He's been doing a lot of lives as of late too. So check him out. So very cool. And thank you again to Silver Sloth and Tucson Bubba for inspiring this little display and my hunger. Yeah. For these nuts. All right. But silver's rising again. And we can see here that silver, the volume has started to taper off a little bit. And that's caused silver's price to come back up again. So it's pretty wild. Yes, indeed. So there's where we're at now. Silver's price, the volume here, kind of tapering off. We did see some volume pick up here, and it was a lot of selling happening, but then some buys went into effect and really spiked up in that volume, and now we're starting to see the price creep back up again. It's at $79.65. We did see a session high of $80.30, and there's where we're at now, 2.2% up $1.71 here for the market tonight. It's crazy. Very good. Okay, have a good night, Tony Erickson. Thank you, brother. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. Hope all goes well. And thank you to JM Unleashed for posting a link to International Stackers channel. For those of you who aren't familiar, check him out. And thank you very much. And so there's where we're at now. The markets indeed are alive and moving here and watching that. And in between that, we like to respond to some folks' comments as well, like this one from GeoCube. Very good Libertad pronunciation. Yeah, Libertad. Thank you. Yes. I actually do know how to pronounce that one, but I do get lazy and just say Libertad. Americanize it. Mayo Monkey on this video says here, what will disappear is a local coin shops once this normalizes. When people realize that dealers are selling 8 to 10 more over spot and buying 15 under or robbing them blind, they will just buy private or online. Well, you might be surprised. Some of the online dealers have very high premiums as well. They really do. So it's this market has just thrown everybody in a crazy situation. All right, very good. And let's see what we have here. Oh, look at this. We just got this here, $10 via PayPal. Thank you. Well, it's not my friends and family, but thank you so much. Some Diamond Fist from you. Been stacking since '92. Thank you so much. Thank you. I didn't want to say your name, but yeah, if you do send PayPal, please do it friends and family, because that way there's no fees tied to this. But thank you so much. It's $9.70. Thank you so much. Appreciate that very much for that. And let's see here. And very, very good. We'll see what happens. We got Mo BZ. They're dreaming that there's going to be a collapse at the COMEX. Yes, I don't think that's going to happen either. That's right. Very, very good. And let's see here. Buyers like to say junk silver. I know. I've never liked that term. Some people it doesn't bother. Some people like using it. But anyways. But I like eating these nuts I have in front of me. They're delicious. All right. And Michael Morevek, it says, I already thought about this, Sal. Our common US 90% may become rare. A lot is getting melted, first of all, yeah. And they're not going to produce that anymore. So there's a lot of melting going on. Well, that could be a big problem. All right, Tucson Bubba. Sal, you have cashew oil all over your silver. More importantly, you have silver all over your cashew nuts. That's right. That's right, Tucson Bubba. We got it. It's crazy. What a mixture. That was worth getting some cashew oil all over the silver and vice versa. I mean, it is antimicrobial after all, right? All right. Yes, indeed. And Philly Beef says in 2026, U.S. Mint should make 10 million more Silver Eagles. They really should to meet demand. Will they? I don't know. We'll see. Find out that happens. Fathom that with some algorithmic emoticons. Appreciate that. Fathom that. Thank you, sir. And Carrie Taryn says, we're looking on with some another emoticons. Thank you, my friend. And the market is trying to fight back, trying to get back up to $80 an ounce again. It's at $79.70 right now. And let's see here. And there it is. $1.75, $79.70, up 2.26%. Palladium, though, is now ahead of silver in terms of price percentage. It's up 2.79% to $1,769. Oh, man. Yeah, Gary Wells. I put a Silver Eagle in salt for like 5 years. And I need to update that video. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to do another update for that called the Salty Eagle. So yeah, put it in there. Wow. Don't go shopping hungry at Costco. Shamalanga. I bought a jar of cashews at Costco. Nice. All right. We'll revisit that again here soon. And we've got Alan Smith. Oh, no, not more unintended consequences. Yeah, can you imagine? Yep, we've got it all over the place, these unintended consequences are. Knobs 1410 says this: my coin shop was running dry on Friday, and I ended up buying the dregs. Apparently, people rushed in and lined up to buy the dip. Yes, apparently that is the thing. It's happening for sure, especially here recently. It's crazy. Razor Ready with a 2 spot. Thank you, Razor Ready. When will the refinery stabilize? I think it's going to be at least 3 to 4 months out is probably going to be the case. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to take some time, especially with everything coming through China and everything. I think it's going to take about 4 months. That's just my feeling. We'll see here. All right. And let's see here. Oh, thank you, Attorney Michael Line. Appreciate that. Yeah, he sent a lot of people our way here. Very nice. He's been getting a lot of viewers on his live streams. He's a lot more entertaining than I am. So he's been getting a lot of views over there. And let's see here. What do we have happening here? Let's get over here to this. We got Bullion Brent. Shout me on the live, Sal. I might have 120,000 to lend you for those baby rattles. Over here, Bullion Brent. Be willing to take it. Pop in anytime. We're here. Bill 457, the foreign silver coins I collect, most of the countries were under British rule, especially the African countries. So I can see a lot of them going back to the gold standard. Yes. Yeah, well, right now, the only country that's under some semblance of the gold standard, not fully, but at least in part, is Zimbabwe, believe it or not. I actually talked about that on the channel. All right, very good. All right, have a good night, Michael Align. Thank you, sir. We'll get something together to do our interview here sometime here soon. Probably be better to do it live, maybe on your channel if you want. But yeah, that would be fun. All right, let's see here. Freely run. It won't break. Stop pushing this like it's going to make a difference. Last time the COMEX ran out, they just settled in cash and forced selling, which dropped the price of silver. They never will let it run out, so they will just turn the terminals off before it gets out of hand, or even if it runs up. So we won't see it. Yeah, I don't think it will either. But there certainly is some pressure over there. See how it plays out. Zook, great video, Sal. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much, Zook. Appreciate that. And Ian MC says, when China comes out with audited gold reserves at 10,000 tons, checkmate, people, it's over. Yeah, we'll see if it happens. They're very secretive over there. Pandas are beautiful. Yes, indeed they are. Timothy Whittington says, cool on this video. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that so much. And I'm feeling like another nut here. This time it's an almond. Almonds are good too. And in fact, there's two. In this pile of nuts here, I have 2 almonds that look almost identical. It's almost like these almonds could be brothers, It's crazy. And they taste about the same too. All right. Bear Run Inbound. All right. Yep. You're not the only one thinking that could happen. And AJH6354. And then we'll get back to the markets after this. He says, I love my physical holdings. However, I'm adding some gold miners and some silver miners. I may pick up a platinum group mining base ETF. None of these hold metal. All are miners. And they're all but lag behind the metal price. Put them in a Roth IRA. Well, miners are not ETFs, though, just so you understand that. But anyways, I don't think they are anyway. I think they're just mining stocks. But anyways, all right. No IQ, very interesting, Sal. And yes, we know about your dime bags. That's right. Yes, that's right. Thank you, sir. That was from some of the dime bags we put together. Put them in a tube in this time, the dime tube, for sure. And looking over here at the price, stabilizing, staying around this area, even though Tokyo and Korea are both open as well. It's had a negative impact on silver's movement upwards anyway. It has now come back down from that high. It's settling in around $79.68 right now. So there it is. All right. Let's see here. So now gold is up $64.50, 1.3%, $5,032.50 for gold. Silver $79.68. Platinum up $39 to $21.48 tonight. And palladium up $46. So GeoCube says you can invest in mining ETFs. Very good. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. So I know there's mining stocks, but then there's ETFs in the mining sector as well. Thank you. All right, very good. I didn't know that was the case. Bullet 75.44. Moonshot incoming. I love it when everyone melts coins. Makes mine worth more every time. Can you believe Morgan's and peace dollars that melt? Very good video, Sal. Thank you. Yes, I know. It's crazy. So I'm holding on to my constitutional. Save the melt. I think it would be better to have them more of it out there than for them to become numismatic in time, just in case the worst case scenario happens, or if what happens in Florida is very successful and happens around the country, or maybe even world, where you can trade and buy and sell in gold and silver. All right, let's see here. Joe Lopez, what about peace dollars? Finish your sentence, Ronald Thorpe. Yeah, peace dollars as well. I just showed those as an example. Stop the melt, that's right. I like to stop the melt. Very good. And I want more guitar in the intro. All right, there we go. Yes, indeed. I got it, thank you. Some people hate the intro, but most like it. Appreciate that. And let us go over here. Finish some coffee here. I'm just going to finish the coffee now. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Now I've got my chaser poured. You probably heard me pour that chaser. It's deliciosus. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. And let's peruse on up here to Rad Rob says, Sal, the shortages in junk silver is unreal. I'm settled on an outstanding junk silver order of over 2 months and got a refund on the other. I can't give the bullion dealers a loan. 1 ounce copper prices have exploded and have month-long delays. Wow, so you're waiting that long for constitutional silver? I don't think it's necessarily a shortage quite yet. I think it's just a matter of they're behind on orders, maybe. I don't know what dealer you're working with, but that's crazy. Wow. As we chew on a little bit more of these nuts here. Some cashews this time. All right. And let's see here what we've got. With Dennis Sadell says, I predict that 90% silver will have a very high premium in a year or two, especially uncirculated ones. It very well could be. I think we're going to see it revolve. And much like we saw in 2021 and 22, constitutional silver had a very high premium for a while. And I think it's going to come back. Yes, indeed. I think it's going to come back. Danny Zulseldorf, thank you, Sal. I think the older Eagles, Morgans, and peace dollars are classy, unlike some of the collectible colorized silver. Yep. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Some of it is done. They're doing a better job at some of the collectible color silver. But I still prefer just using silver finishes to make them stand out. There's so many different ways you can do that. Cherokee Cowboy, keep on stacking. That's right. I agree with that. Not half-heartedly. I agree with it wholeheartedly. Coins A to Z says this. I don't think silver has yet hit its high for 2026. Better things yet to come. All right, so he's bullish on it and think it's going to go higher than $121 an ounce. Thank you, Coins A to Z. Appreciate that. All right, very good. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here tonight. And let's see what we've got here in the markets here. We've got silver now back up over $80 again. $80.06 now. Look at that. Very good. Up tonight. Look at this. Pretty amazing. Silver now up $2.11. Back over 80. Gold is now up $62.60 at 5,030 tonight, pretty much hovering around that area. Platinum up $37, palladium up $48. So there's where we're at with the numbers here tonight. Silver almost in front, just slightly behind palladium percentage increase tonight. Pretty wild. There you go. Moving on up. Very good. Nice. Let's see here. And we've got this from Avis Liberté. Says here the following. They're going to postpone the March game until May or April, but the NFL game is happening today. At least there's something good about that, plus pork knuckle, a burger, and a good beer. What I'm unfortunately denied on the regular price is a silver bar, way too expensive here in Germany. I love to buy some at Summit, dear fellow forklifters. Buy while the price is still between 70 and 75. Audio track works good, very good. Thank you, Visa. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. And silver now up 2 more cents to $80.06 tonight. There we go. And recovering, catching some more ground here this evening. Look at it go. All right, let's see here. Yeah. Pretty wild. Watching these numbers move. Watching them move in real time. And now we're going to check and see what the volume is like for the silver market especially. And see what it's doing right now. And let's see here. Private Mint is here. Thank you. Hello to Private Mint. It's amazing how you do that. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much for that. And so now we can see the volume tapering off slightly here. And that tapering off the volume is when the prices kind of float upwards again. But there is some buying happening at the lower volumes tonight. And that's pushing the price up. Pretty wild indeed. Look at it go. Yes, indeed. Pretty big move. But will it be short-lived? That's really the question. Will it be short-lived? What will happen tomorrow? And when New York opens. Now we just have another spike of selling in volume and selling activity happening here. So there we go. Very good. Yeah, hello to Private Mint. Appreciate you guys popping in tonight. And let's go over here to Creek Runner. Says explore. Thank you, Creek Runner. Appreciate that. Exploring we shall. And Built 7544. I was watching closely when silver passed $100 in Canada. And I ran to my local P.O. box and took the 3-ounce maples they had at $94.99 and spot went past $150 in Canada. Told Postmaster the price was under melt. She said, yes, we just got a notice to pull them. Now they don't have any silver. Wow. Crazy. Amazing how fast that stuff moves. All right, let's see here. Yes, indeed. Sure is. Centurion Silver. My deep step is all premium. Apart from that, I'm not touching anything but gold and silver eagles. All right. Yes. There you go. Cybercurrent Twitcher. It did occur to me that if a lot of low-grade circulated coins are going to melt, then in turn could push the price slightly better grade circulated coins. That's right. I think you're right. It very well could do that, indeed. And here we got KG. We're going to look at the markets again here in just a moment. But KG says here, I've noticed recently that there are some small differences in American silver or actual silver weight in some coins, depending on which website you look at. Who is an official authority of how much silver weight each coin has? Thanks for all you do. Well, it depends. If it's all constitutional, the U.S. Mint is the arbiter, or look in a professional coin book. Professional, like the Red Book, is going to give you that information. U.S. Mint website or the coin or the Red Book. I think going to be your definitive answers here. Let's take a look here. We can see selling going back and forth here. In terms of volume too, it's just as sporadic. Up $1.69 though for silver right now, $79.63. So it's pulled back comfortably below 80 again. All right, there it is. And platinum is up 1.38%. Palladium up 2.2%. Gold up $50 to 5,018. So the markets are pulling back from some of the session highs here tonight, but they're still here, and it's still up. It sure is. Oh, look at that. And just that quickly, silver snaps back above $80 an ounce again in the ask price. Wow. All right. There it is. Pretty wild. What a movement we're seeing here. Oh, crazy, crazy. And palladium is up 2.38% to up $40 tonight. But silver is now the best performing metal at 2.65% increase to $80.01. There it is. That's all right, pretty wild. We got Map to the Kingdom chiming in on this video and says, excellent video, Sal. You always look at things from so many different angles. I never left this channel, and not learning something you did make me a better stacker every day. I think I meant stacker. Thanks so much. Well, thank you, Map to the Kingdom. I really appreciate that. I try my best, and you know, I got to tell you, I learn a lot from folks like you too in the comment section. So I appreciate all of your thoughts. It means a lot. And thank you for your kind words. All right, Bluetooth Blades. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for popping in tonight, Bluetooth Blades. Appreciate you so much. And let's see here. Coins A to Z says this silver has not yet hit its high for 2026. Right, he mentioned that in a previous comment. And yeah, so he thinks it's going to go higher again. Bigger things yet to come. How can we tell? Look at the technicals for the future value of the dollar. Doesn't look good. Weak dollar generally means strength in physical precious metals. That's true. I haven't looked at the technicals for the dollar strength, but I'm telling you, the dollar is holding on, but its strength is down a little bit. At least right now it's down 0.06, and so, or down 0.05 right now to 97.56. And it has been, I don't think it's any secret that Trump wants a weaker dollar. So that means that Coins A to Z could be right. Could be right about that. And if it happens this year, we'll see. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's press on forward here. Get my mouse back. Jesse J. Studios with some algorithmic emoticons on this one here. Thank you. Precious metals market is merely taking a breather. Big things yet to come in 2026. Thank you so much. And let's see here. Thanks, Sal. Appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel La De Rosa. Very much. We're watching these now. Look at this. Back up to 80 again. Now 79.88. It's very volatile right now. Movements of 15 cents or more in just a matter of a few seconds as I nibble away at these nuts I've got here. It's crazy. And the gold is up, staying above $5,000 an ounce tonight. So there it is. Yes. Yeah, we got 2,000 votes on the poll, but likely not nearly that much in the thumbs up. But thank you, guys. Will we see the gold to silver ratio narrow to 45 again this year? 75% of you say yes, it will happen this year. So most of you are bullish on silver in comparison to gold. All right, very good. Thank you for that. And let's see what we've got. Not one AU says the following here. I think the silver market made manipulation too obvious in recent crash. JP Morgan knowing exactly what the bottom was. They probably scared a lot of people away if they could have milked for decades. The physical market showed there will be zero liquidity if prices get too high. And if you even think of being able to sell, you better be holding paper. And when you buy at current prices over the premium, silver has to go up at least $40 to get your money back, and that's if you find a buyer. That's right. That's a dislocation of the markets, making it riskier to buy a physical metal in these markets, which is why you got to be agile. You got to be agile in these markets for sure, and have a variety of silver, because not all silver is created equal, for sure. Let's see here. Angry Buffalo Stacker. What states charge tax on precious metals? There's a lot of them that still do. Many of them still charge tax if you buy below a certain amount, like $1,500 or $2,000, like California. Washington State just implemented taxes on precious metals. And so there's that. But there's other states that have taxes, but I'm not sure exactly which ones. I know that Illinois, I think, has tax. New York, I think New Jersey. New Jersey may have done away with it. They may have been one that has done away with it. But there's a handful that still have them going on there. Thank you, Silver Aztec, for the thumbs up on this video. Thank you, sir. And we'll go to Tony Bones' comment, then we'll get back to the markets again here and see what they're doing. He says, I don't believe there's empty vaults. I feel like there's always been the same. It's been manipulated, and there's way more than they're telling us there is, especially way more silver than gold. But I'm sure there's way more gold they're telling us there is also. Well, that's a new take on it. Interesting. But I don't know anything, and none of us really do unless you're an insider. So we're all just going to roll with the punches. That's all we can do. And because of the complexities and kind of the stuff that we don't really fully understand or have a grasp on or would share with us, some stuff is done behind the scenes that we're not privy to, so we speculate. But anyways, best guesses are all we have at this point. All right. Okay, Mike Bishop says New Jersey is tax-free for over $1,000. All right, let's see here. More chaser we're putting in. Wash this stuff down. Oh, thank you, Temperature. I appreciate that. That's a tall order, but thank you. Appreciate you watching. Oh, yeah. Let's see. So there's where we're at with that. But thank you, Tony Bones, for that. And let's get over here to the next comment, shall we? From Brian Zakeko 6690 says, I'm not understanding how, if refiners have so much silver, we could be in a silver squeeze. Just seems unlikely. Well, it's because they're processing it. It is sitting there in their factories, ready to be processed. And so it's not doing anybody any good. It's much like what happened during COVID when all these container ships were sitting off the coast of California. All those goods were not doing anybody any good because they were still at sea. Same scenario. Good to see you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, press the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Hello, Calador. Good to see you. Thank you, Silver Stallion. You guys are great. Thanks very much for being here tonight as we press on through this market watch. Is what we do here. Yes, indeed. Pressing on here tonight. We're actually waiting for the next round of markets to open up here at 8 o'clock, which will be a few. There's not really been a whole lot of things happening here tonight. Begun. I did a video about the IRS rules. If you go over to my channel, check this video out. Just a day or so ago. Where is it here? It's got the, here it is. Is the IRS changing the rules for silver stackers? So check that video. It's from 3 days ago. Check that video out if you get a chance. I talk about that. The U.S. dollar is not done. That's right, Billy. It's not done and by any stretch. You are right about that. And Maria says, and we'll look at the markets again after this. It's ever changing so quickly. It sure is. Florida is accepting gold as money. That is very true. Hold on to what you had got, especially in a war footing. World War III is coming, folks. Plan to stay safe with family and friends. Invest in caravans, folks. A way to move out of Dodge. You can do it with caravans. Hold on to what you got. Stock up on food and water. Learn how to filter your water. Yep, it's always good to be prepared for sure. Yes, indeed. Zed, question, are the current Eagles 90 or 100 in silver? The American Silver Eagle is 9993 fine silver. 39's fine silver. Yes, indeed. Let's see, and let's move on over here and see what we've got with the markets. 79.89. It's making a play for $80 again. 79.84 right now. So gold is attempting to come back to above $80. But you notice that even though we got above $80 in the ask price, I think the technicals used the bid price. We have not reached that in the bid price at any time tonight. Actually, no, we did briefly because it went to 80.30. So we were a nickel above in the bid price very, very briefly. But that's where it looks to be where the resistance is. All right. Let's see here. But gold has stayed above 5,000 for most of the night, including the bid price. So that's pretty wild. And platinum is up 1.3%. Palladium up 2.14%. Both those metals doing very good tonight, though. Yes, indeed, they are. Let's get back over here to some more comments. Lose the gloves. Okay, well, some people don't. Most people like the gloves. That does make it hard to grip the coins, but I probably will keep them. But there may be times where I don't use them. Good stuff. Thank you, Just Sam. I appreciate it. Silver Cobra. Silver and gold. Run, baby, run. Oh, they're running. Well, they're just kind of walking briskly tonight. It's not as exciting as a market watch, but hey, we're doing okay here. And I'm thankful for all of you being here with me tonight. Mr. E, as I've said in the past, my stack is for the future. There you go. Exactly. Nice, Mr. E. I like it. I like it. All right. And that's what it's about. Dennis Niemeyer says, buy the dips from Summit Metals. Thank you, Sal. Thank you so much, Dennis Niemeyer. Appreciate it, sir. Appreciate you. And Bill 457 says, I liked how you explained how the paper silver market works. Until now, I really never knew that much about it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, sir. I still have a lot to understand about it as well. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, Bill 457. Cherokee Catboy, keep on stacking. That's exactly right. That's what we do. That's right. Yep, Dean R is right. Yeah, goldbacks are okay if you're using them to purchase or you just want to collect them. But they should not be for stacking. Even with the gold price going up as much as it has, that really are not for stacking. I've done several videos on the goldback and actually talked to the president of the Goldback Corporation about it, about the high premiums for them. All right. Let's see here. Sunday morning stacker, what's your outlook on central banks allocating to silver as well as gold prices continue to rise? Well, there is speculation that the Russian central bank may actually stockpile silver, but that's not been proven yet. But I think we're going to see more strategic stockpiles of silver by governments rather than central banks holding silver as a reserve asset. That's a big difference. I don't think we're going to see that. I think the silver that these countries are going to hold are going to be as a strategic asset, and I think we're going to start holding it again as a strategic asset. Yes, indeed. Gaming with Alex, silver is rare these days. I just want to buy it, and it's out of stock. Yeah, I mean, right now you can go to Summit Metals, and there's silver there. Most places have silver. There's just not as many choices. Although the products they have listed here look to be in stock. Some of them are out of stock temporarily. But there's some pretty good choices here. It's 4 pages worth, but anyways. Let's take a look here now. We're very close to more markets opening up. Shanghai won't open for another half an hour. We're going to watch this for a little longer. 79.78 right now for silver's price. 79.78, up $1.84, 2.36% it is tonight. And there it is. All right. Have a good night, Snake Bite. Thanks for being here. And gold stayed above $5,000 for most of the evening here. So it's been a pretty interesting night, but not as wild as we've seen in the past. It's out for president 2028. Hold on to what you got. Thank you, Maria. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Hold on tightly. And let's get down here with a few more comments. We've got Condor Roger says here, I'm probably too old to benefit from it, but the younger stackers would do themselves justice by saving constitutional silver, because in 20 years, if the earth is still here, there won't be much left. And what is left will most likely be worth a lot of money, at least certain coins. Yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to recycle a lot, and refineries are taking in a lot of silver right now. I think you're going to see the industry change. You're going to see more refineries. They're going to become more efficient at processing silver. So things will normalize. I really do think that. Remember, silver never really truly goes away. Yeah, I don't think the Diamond Fist is still in stock. Silver Heist. I've actually have a question out to them. I've asked them. They've not gotten back to me on it yet. The Diamond Fist round. Stay tuned. Waiting for it to come back in stock. It's sold out right now. I think that may be their third pre-order that they've made. But anyways, we'll see. All right. Reggie Dale, Sydney, Australia. Physical silver is rare and expensive. Well, it's becoming pretty expensive and hard to come by these days. Max, for some people in some ways. And let's go over here. See what we've got with Max. Lost my accident in a silver stack while looking for my guns, which I accidentally found after tripping over all the fake silver I bought from Temu. I love it. Now that's a clever way to do it. I like it. We need to get beyond the boating accident. There's other things we can do. I love it. That's great. Let's see here. Let's see here. We got R on this Rigidale. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And a thumbs up on this video. Thank you. And let's see here. We've got Odd Random Thoughts. Managed to grab a 1/4 ounce gold and 25 ounces of silver today before the market opened. Can't wait to see where things go this evening. Yes. Well, congratulations. You timed it well because the markets are up tonight. Not as much. I mean, they're not going crazy, but they're up for sure. And so there we go, $79.80 for an ounce of silver right now, 2.39%. Overall, that's still a pretty good clip upwards. Gold up $55 tonight, 1.11% to $5,023 per ounce. Palladium up $39, and platinum is now up only $3. That's pretty wild. All right. There we go. Yeah, thanks for pressing the thumbs up buttons. How many people have done that? All right. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Black light on a blue diamond. That would be pretty cool. Diamond silver heist. All right. A direct hit. Says here, let me do this real quickly here. He says that it makes sense that the holidays are all part of the plan for China to move the metals to the best of their abilities, both up and down. Yeah, and I wouldn't put it past them to manipulate either. People don't really talk about that a whole lot. They're always talking about the COMEX, but I'm sure they do it too, maybe even worse. Had no idea the Shanghai Exchange was going to be closed this week. Thanks for the heads up, Sal. Seems like an easy bet against silver. But easy bets are sometimes the hardest losses. Indeed, they are. Risks are always involved, no matter what. All right, let's see here. And we've got here from Lacey Downing. Says Tracks NYC melts down 90% silver for his jewelry. He has videos on YouTube doing it. Yeah, and that's a shame that he does that. I think I have seen something like that. I wish we would find some other way to do that, or use some other type of silver, like some sterling or something like that. But anyways, whoa, Agatidest, Agatist. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you for becoming an honorary citizen, sir. Agatist. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. He's become an honorary citizen. Everybody, welcome. We don't see very many of those people sign up on their own accord, so appreciate that very, very much. All right, very kind of you indeed. And let's see. Yeah, let's see. That's right. Yeah, George, check out my video about this, about the COMEX collapse, George. I talked about that here. 400 million ounces versus empty vaults, the March silver squeeze. Will it collapse? I hope you will check that video out. And Marsh Mars says, 80 silver and gold, 50-52, go baby go. There we go. Yes, indeed. Well, it may not last long, especially with margin increases. We've talked about that at the beginning of this broadcast. But here we go. Silver now back above 80, though, again tonight. Right there it is. Up $2.13. 213, which is Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment number. That's right. 2.755% increase, $80.08. Still below $80 in the bid, though. It only briefly got above $80 earlier in the night in the bid price. Platinum is up $9. Now it's down $5. For the first time tonight, platinum is down, and palladium is up $13. Crazy. All right, very good. And let's see where we're at tonight. Moving these numbers up. Silver now it fluctuates. It's crazy what's going on there. And I think now what we're witnessing here is the opening up of another market, and that has caused, I think, some of the prices to fluctuate, with now platinum back in the green again, because we are now seeing at this point in time the next markets have opened up, and that is Taiwan. So basically just Taiwan is open here. Oh, and Singapore is open. So those are the other two. We're going to see Philippines, Hong Kong, and Shanghai open next, but I don't know if we're going to go on much longer here. We'll see. It's 8:06 here, and I've got to process another video for tomorrow. Now platinum is down, so we'll answer a few more comments and see what we've got happening here. So there's where we're at. Thank you, Edwin Tan. Yep, above 80. Short-lived, though, back down below it again. But hey, it's amazing how quickly it's jumped back to 80 a couple of times tonight. Joe English says there's already been 19 million ounces taken from 103 million left and registered as of Friday for February at that rate, Sal. How much of that 103 million will be left for a major delivery month being March? If only 20% stand for delivery, there will be a negative number unless a big boy like JP Criminals lease some of the registered from eligible. That's it. They're going to lease it from the eligible category. And you cannot tell me you don't see this as the likely scenario. Well, I did tell you that, Joe. I told you that in the video. If you watched it, I said that in the video. It's amazing. People will write a comment, a long comment, without watching the whole video. The paper's on borrowed time, and they're seeking delivery yesterday, which I know they were taking massive delivery and low delivery months like January and steadily for 14 months. What are you doing? Well, and again, I talk about all of that in this video, Joe. So I hope you will go back and watch it and listen to what I say in it, because I addressed all of that. Refiners destroy U.S. Mint issued money. Yep, for the old stuff that's really been demonetized, that's what they're doing. All right. Let's get down here. Morgan dollar is the king. Yeah, Morgan dollar's a great coin, for sure. Snakebite says, great video, Sal. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, sir. Very kind of you. G Patriot says, watching track NYC meltdown on boatload of mercury guns for social media hurt my soul. Yes, that is painful. Yes, indeed, it sure is. Clinton and DeMoss, great video, Sal. Please keep up the good work. God bless. Thank you very much. Try my best. I do work hard on this channel, and I appreciate you for being here and watching, and for sure. Sean Snyder, $1,000 face value for constitutional silver would be nice to have. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be pretty cool to have that. Yes, indeed. That's a lot of constitutional silver. Mud Dog, makes me sick to my stomach to hear 90% historical coins being melted to make more boring buffaloes. Yeah, well, it's not just that. A lot of it's going to contract-sized bars that will be sold off to industry that will go in your iPhone. That's even more boring. That's crazy. Yes, indeed. I think we're going to see more of that than ever before once these refiners process it. Rostofer says here, I can't believe Morgans and peace dollars are being melted. Criminal, yep. And they are. Yep, it's happening. It's nuts. And but the thing is a lot of this stuff is being backlogged. They're in queues to be melted down. Very good. All right. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate that, Sonny. Thank you very much. And we've got Jay Monlease, who gave a thumbs up on this. And I thank you so much for that, Jay Monlease. 923rd. Appreciate you, sir. A55 Orgy says this. Gold and silver are God's money. Only thing RS can ask for their central bank master skis fiat. Give unto some what is Rome's and nothing more. There you go. That's right. True that. Alan Smith, where do you get the info on Shanghai being closed? It's from this website here. I'll show you. tradinghours.com/markets. And it tells you when they're going to open. And so let me just show you here. I can only click on this once. They're going to open up in 18 minutes and 57 seconds. If I keep on clicking that, it'll kick me out. So that's what that's about. All right. Let's take a look at the markets again. All right, we revisited $80 again. Very good. $80 again. Where silver is in the bid price and the ask price. And 70 or 25 cents shy of that for the bid. That's been the new normal. It used to be a dime's worth of difference between bid and ask for silver. Now it's a quarter's worth of difference. Crazy. And gold's barely hanging on to 5,000 at this point. $5,015.30. So there it is. Yeah, they're not alone Sunday morning. Other dealers are running behind too on orders. There's a lot of demand right now. And so we're seeing it. People are seeing this as a dip. Of course, this could be a big dead cat bounce, a long, lanky dead cat bounce. We'll see. I'm not sure. Yes, indeed. What a wild night here. Okay. Bikini Woman, thanks, Al. I haven't managed to get Morgan Dollar. It's always one-on-one. Yeah, they're beautiful coins. They really are. They're very, very popular silver coin. They're probably the most popular classic silver coin, with the St. Gaun's Gold Double Eagle being the most popular gold coin. Classic gold coin. Hookafish. When I first started stacking, and the mindset I still hold to today, is I want the most silver for the lowest price and the highest purity. Although I really like constitutional silver, I don't own very much because it's only 90%. I understand Hookafish, but I think it's a good idea to diversify, especially given the opportunity that it arises and the premiums that people were paying for them not long ago. So yes, indeed. So yeah, I would consider branching out a little bit for sure. Most of us feel the same way as I have a question does about the Internal Revenue Service. MB Financial says, data manipulation equals paper silver market. Well, the very existence of derivatives is a manipulative force in and of itself, so I can't argue with that, but otherwise, natural market is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. All right. Yeah, let's see here what we've got going on with the precious metal markets again. We like to revisit these on a light night like tonight when the markets are open. It is the Super Bowl. A little smaller crowd tonight. But look at that. Gold is up just $44.90, and silver has now breached a new session high tonight. A new session high for silver tonight, $80.31 after breaching $80.35, up $2.37. Wow, that's a 3% move tonight for silver. So it's got some sea legs to it, does it not? Pretty wild to see. All right. Yes, indeed. Pretty wild. Market movers happening in real time here. Well, and now it's pulled back a little bit. So there's some fight on both sides for silver tonight. Silver, what is it? That's right. Silver, what is it? If you want to know what silver is, check out my Silver Basics playlist. I explain it. There's even a video called What is Silver in that one. You can get the answer there. Death Mod says, the rally was to pull out the physical market to cover the short. Once they figure they had enough, they crash it. Interesting. Okay. A lot of people have a lot of different ideas and situations. What's going on there with the silver market? All right. Still slurping on my chaser here tonight. Thanks, Sal. Thank you so much to Mario for watching. And let's get into some more comments here. Algorithmic emoticons. David McKenzie. Good evening, fellow stackers. Hard to hold 35 ounces in one hand. It sure is. Is that what you got there? Right now, platinum is down tonight. Down $2. Pretty crazy. And palladium is up $13. Silver is up $2.20. $80.14 tonight. Now $80.39. A new session high. $80.39 for silver tonight, with the bid at $80.14. So there it is. There's some fight in it. How long will it stay above $80? I don't know. When Shanghai opens up, we'll see. But how much longer until Shanghai opens? It's only going to be open one trading day until Thursday, maybe Friday. So we'll see. We've got 13 minutes. Should I stay open here? What do you guys think? Should I stay live until Shanghai opens, or what do you think? Or are you sick and tired of it? You want to watch the game? Let me know what your thoughts are. My voice is getting a little tired, but I will do it if you want me to. $80.67 now. Let's look at the volume. The silver's really picking up here. Really picking up big time. Look at it just soar here with all these little... Now there's a little bit of a selling pressure right now there, but man, look at that. A couple people sold here pretty quickly with this volume. Really picking up here since those two markets opened up at, which is, I think, Singapore might be the big driver there. All right. Yes, indeed. Okay, stay. It really says stay. Okay, we'll stay until they open up here. And markets indeed are moving wildly here tonight. Up big time. Look at that. Let's take a look at it over here. 80.53 now, up 3.32%. Platinum down $6. So it is definitely on its way to something here tonight. Look at that. 3.32% up, $2.58. 80.28 is the bid price. 80.53 there for the ask price. Look, amazing. Oh man, so here just before Shanghai and Hong Kong open, it's chomping at the bit here, looking for 81 being the next target. We shall see. Mackie 4567 asked this question from the live stream that I had last night. What is your opinion of the online scam silver bank races they have here on YouTube? I'm not familiar with that. Bank races? Silver bank races? I've never heard of that, Mackie. I'll have to look into that sometime, but I've never heard of that or seen anything about that. And I'm pretty plugged into what goes on YouTube, and I'm not seeing anything about bank races. Silver bank races. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. All right, Andrew. He called $76 as the floor. When it was Mint set their new prices, I thought it would take longer to break 100, but I knew 76 range is significant. Yes, apparently so. It's back above that. Yes, indeed. All right. Oh, 76 floor. It did get to 64 and change, though, last week. But anyways, let's see here. He also says about this live stream on Tuesday here when we discussed this. He says, the federal government, United States government treasury is required by law to supply bullion on demand. Stop selling it and buy bullion on demand from every distributor who's supposed to have it on demand, and that will acquire your known price. To keep their license, they have to sell it within a range to be United States bullion. I think he's using talk to text bullion dealer. Yeah, I don't know exactly how that works. They pay a premium, but I don't know that they have to sell it at a certain price or what have you. I don't know exactly. They need to have it on demand. They have to have it, ready. The United States is supposed to produce to meet demand, and they've not been doing that for a while here, or at least there was 1 year that they didn't do it under the previous administration, but I don't know what they've been doing the last couple of years. But anyways. Okay, we got that. Let's see here. Overnight tonight may be very telling without our Chinese friend affecting market. All right, we'll see. Well, so far, yeah, the prices have been up. In fact, silver is now over $81. Over $81. So it's moving fast here, folks. Man, look at that. 4.31%. It's shooting up big time here. $81.29 right now. Amazing. And Shanghai hasn't even opened up yet. Man. Look at this. Look at it move. Crazy. Yeah, APMEX is not a good... None of the bullion dealers actually show spot price. They always pad their spot price. It's always been a pet peeve of mine, but it is what it is. And I know Kitco sells precious metals too, but they're a high volume dealer. You got to spend like 10 grand or something with them in order to buy. Look at that. It's crazy. I'm watching these metal markets move in real time. It's wild to see this. And we are about 8 minutes away from Shanghai opening up. And more than likely, Hong Kong will also open up. And let's take a look at the volume here, shall we? Because it has been something. Look at that fight. There's a battle going on. A red, green right there at 81.50. It appears to be that is the... looks like there's some strong resistance right there. Wild. Yes, indeed. It's crazy. Up it goes. Okay. And you can see that volume really picking up here through the markets that are open. Singapore, I think, is largely driving this volume at this point. And look at this. It looks like it's coming down pretty quick. And then another, candle with extended wick coming in. And volume spike bar is going to slap up there. Waiting to see what happens when they open up in Shanghai in just a moment. It's crazy. 81.29 22 in the bid price. A battle waging around this area. It's like it does not want to get above 81.50. Sitting at 81.26 right now, with gold following suit here. It's up $5,025.70. Gold to silver ratio 62 to 1, 62.01 to 1. There it is. Crazy. Markets moving. A wild time it is tonight. As we continue to press on here, we're minutes away from the markets opening up in Shanghai. And I don't know. It's one of those things where it could be a situation where they're anticipating something big happening when Shanghai opens up. And they're trying to get ahead of it. Thinking the price is going to spike much higher before it gets slammed down in the Western markets in LBMA, but especially New York. Who knows? We'll find out. Is this the spike before the big drop? Maybe another crash on Monday due to increased margins? Will they have that much of an impact? I don't know. I just finished my nuts. They were tasty. And yeah, 81.31 right now. I think there's a big bit of resistance at 81.50, at least in these markets. It sure is. And let's go and move over this way. See if there's any more comments that have made their way through this broadcast here tonight to answer. Andrew's making some more comments here. We'll might leave those alone. I would appreciate him commenting and watching. Maybe he'll pop in here tonight. I don't know. But let's get back over here and see what's going on with silver right at this time, at this point in juncture. Silver, $3.37, 81.31. Gold, up $56.30 to $5,024.30. So big moves here tonight as we wait about 5 more minutes, I think, before the Shanghai markets open up in Hong Kong. Actually, less than that now. It's 3 minutes and 47, 46, 45 seconds away now. So we'll wait and see if there's any activity that sprouts. Usually it takes a minute or two for those numbers to propagate over here at Kitco. So we'll see how that plays. Oh, yeah. Busy night here tonight. The markets moving. Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know who's ahead. Does anybody really care? But anyways, we're watching these markets move here because silver's ahead. It's up $3.09 to $81.03. So there's some pushback on it. But look where the high was. The high for silver was at $81.79 earlier in the broadcast when we saw it spike up dramatically. So there is some fight, big time, in silver. So we'll see here. All right. Let's see here. And watching these markets move. Gold staying above 5,000. Platinum, though, is getting hit tonight. Down $15 and $2,094. There it is. Okay. Watching these things move. It's just a interesting night tonight for sure. $81.13 right now. Remember, not long ago, it was struggling to stay above 80. And here we are, minutes away from Shanghai and I think Hong Kong opening up. And they are indeed anticipating that to see what happens. And we're literally maybe 2 minutes away. Not sure exactly. We'll see here what we've got. We're 1 minute and 51 seconds away from Shanghai opening. And likely that's going to be Hong Kong as well and Shanghai opening together. They will be closed Tuesday through Thursday, from what I understand. And so that'll be interesting to see if that what that's going to do, especially with the Western markets. Oh yeah, so there we go. Watching these markets move here. It's been, like I said, it takes a couple minutes to propagate over at the Kitco site for these prices when they move. Platinum is now down below $2,100. It's at $2,099, down $10 tonight. But there it is. And so there it is. And watching these markets move. $3.28, 4.22% increase for silver tonight in the Asian markets, and they're not all opened up yet. Hermit Camper, they are closed for the Chinese New Year celebrations, which take a couple of days apparently over there. So that's what's happening to that end. And let's see here. So as we wait for them to open, in 24 seconds, 23 seconds, 22 seconds, we'll count it down just to see if there's anything happening here. We want to see these light up as well. So we're going to get this around 10 seconds. We're going to see it come down and what happens here. Let's see. These lights should light up here really soon. Shanghai and Hong Kong should light up here any moment now. On their own, will they light up? They're showing it open. Now, they only have 2 hours. That's kind of weird. They show a 2-hour clock there. We've seen that before. There they are. Hong Kong and Shanghai open. And how will that reflect in the prices? Let's see here. $3.31. Like I said, it does take a little bit of time to propagate. Maybe 2 minutes. We'll wait to see what happens. There with silver and gold. And there we go. $49.80 up for gold tonight. $3.31 up for silver. And just refresh this again. No movement at all yet. But like I said, it does take a little bit of time. So while we wait a couple minutes, let's see what other new comments have made their way through here tonight. And we've got Michael Worley says here, how about pre-33 gold coins? Check the surviving numbers for some of the common date coins. Some have only a few thousand or less left in the condition, and now they're melting them again. I guess they will skyrocket in value. Yes, indeed. Some of the pre-33 gold has been melted down too. I hope more of it stays. I hate the idea of it being melted down. But yes, indeed. Watch out for that as well. And we've got Silver Sleuth on this video here. With this, let me get over here to this to make it more applicable. It says, I never doubted why I stashed away some PMs in 1998. In fact, I never discussed PMs with anyone until I found the PM channels on YouTube in 2024. I watch as our government declares silver vital and other continues to devalue the dollar. I see videos of all psyops spewing propaganda, and I'm convinced that my decision to keep something of value out of the system might come in handy someday. Good times. Indeed, you're right, Silver Sleuth. You've made the right decision. Indeed, you have. In every way, shape, and form with regards to precious metals. All right, let's take a look here. What do we have? If you should start seeing the effects now, and we are. Gold, silver is up $3.46 to $81.50. Gold is up 1%, $49.80 tonight. So we're starting to see here as Shanghai is open to see what happens. We're going to look and see what the volume is like here in just a minute to see if it's propagated over there. And usually the charts are even a little bit more delayed to some degree. I don't know why that is, but they are. So here we go. 2030, we're starting to see it, and it's a sharp decline here. So Shanghai is singing a little different tune here tonight, it appears. Maybe not, though. A little rebound after that big sell-off, that big volume move. So we're starting to see the effects of Shanghai and Hong Kong being open here tonight. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, closure is next week, not this week. Okay, all right. It's next week, not this week. Okay, so I got that wrong. Well, so I've got it from some other people who have commented. Because 2/17 is the new Chinese New Year, so that closure won't happen until next week. And it's becoming more and more important to keep up what's going on with China with silver because of the big disconnect and arbitrage situation that arises from that. But we're seeing silver pull back some of its gains, trying to struggle to keep $81. And right now, it appears that we're staying above it for now. But yeah, but it's kind of a loose hold. We'll hang out just a little bit here. But anyways, yes, indeed, moving on up. Silver and gold, Shanghai markets open, Hong Kong markets open. The majority of the most influential Asian markets are in full force right now. And so far, silver is able to hold on to $81 at least. But no radical movements up beyond this point at in this juncture that I can see, play out here. 81.08 right now, so you can see there's some fight in it. The volume is relatively low. I mean, it's not low, but it's not kept up with the pace that we've seen when we saw it really move up and with volume in Singapore, mostly Singapore in the last hour. So there it is. Wild. And let's take a look back over here at the price one more time tonight. And I want to remind you guys, I posted 2 videos today that did not perform quite as well as my videos have been recently. And the one is very important. I hope you will check it out. Let me show you. I hope you will check out both these videos. This one here about the COMEX and the fear that it could shut down or collapse in March. And then this one here about a silver, what you need to know. So I hope you will check those videos out. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead. I need to work on tomorrow's video. The work never stops, it seems, but I appreciate you guys spending your evening with me here tonight. I hope you all have a good one, and I want to leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.